Let's head north of the border. What a season for Celtic, and what a season, by the way, for Scott Sinclair, newly named SPL Player of the Season. Scott, very, very good morning.
How you doing? You alright?
Oh, good, Scott. Scott, congratulations as well, by the way. You must have loved, I know it's not over yet, but you must have loved this season. It's been great for you.
Oh, it's been an unbelievable season so far. Obviously, we got, one more cup finals to go and a few, games in the league. But, on a personal level, I couldn't have asked for much more. The main thing for me was come up here to get the happiness back in my football and be under a manager who, gives me the belief and, the passion to go out there and enjoy my football.
And the club, Scott, I don't need to tell you, it's massive, the support, awesome. And they love an entertainer. They do love, people that can ghost past players and, and get the goals. And you've been very much in the goals this season.
Yeah, obviously that's down to the team as well. I think because we've done so well as a team, that gives me, the platform to enjoy my football and to perform, on a daily basis and, create goals and score them at the same time. But like you said, the fans are unbelievable. Ever since I signed, the passion is so good to put on that shirt and play against, play in front of 60,000 every week.
Yeah.
Scott, that must have been marvellous. I mean, 60,000 first and foremost, but the challenge of going up to Celtic, you're talking about scoring goals, a pacey player, hitting the back of the net's always an enjoyment, but how difficult was that challenge to go up there and play for one of the biggest clubs in the world?
Well, the challenge was because, like I said to you guys before, it's just that to get that happiness back in football. I think when I went to City and, I didn't play for a couple of years and then gone to Villa and got relegated, I was sort of at a crossroads in my career where, which way to turn. I could have stayed back in England and had a nice, cosy life and just, stayed in my house and sort of just enjoyed. But, that was never the case. I always want to push and play football and just keep going and keep improving. So obviously making that decision to come up here and be under a manager who believes in me, is great for my career going forward.
That's certainly important. I mean, for me, I went to the British Museum recently and Brendan was doing a presentation for the LMA and he was talking about one of the key factors in any of his coaching was the enjoyment part of it. And you could see it the way he was talking that enjoyment was so important, whether he was at Liverpool, whether he was Celtic. It's all right winning things, but the only thing you can win is when you've got a smile on your face.
Well, that's the thing. As you go throughout your career, you understand I'm 28 now, so it just goes to show what do you want out of the game. And I think, there's no better feeling of winning stuff, picking up trophies along the way and just, going into training with a smile on your face and happy to train and looking forward to the weekends. There's no better feeling to go into the weekends and knowing that you're going to be playing as well.
Scott, it's a difficult one now, I would imagine, for you. I don't know how long your contract is and, have you aspirations still to come back and play in the Premier, get involved maybe with England squads, whereas, would you enjoy it as much at the moment? I love seeing people play football with a smile on their faces. And, Brendan's building some team. You're going to take some stock again next year. It's sometimes a dilemma what to do.
Yeah, to be honest, I still have an ambition to play for my country, obviously England, and that will never go. I'm always going to keep working hard, and if that sort of call comes around, then great. But I'm just going to put my head down and concentrate on what I'm doing. Helping Celtic win games and scoring as well. But on that aspect, I'm just sort of enjoying the moment. I'm not really looking too far ahead. Like I keep saying, I'm at a happy place right now in my footballing career, and I just sort of just taking it as it comes.
Do you know what? From what I've seen, I've really enjoyed the young boy Tierney has had another smashing season, full of enthusiasm. Armstrong's been a breath of fresh air, brilliant. And when you talk about working hard as well, Scott, what about Scott Brown? What about the effort he puts in?
Well, this is the thing. I think throughout the whole team, everyone's done so good. And, all the players you've mentioned there, and obviously Brownie, the captain, he's been unbelievable. I always say that he goes under the radar because, he's the one that in the centre midfield gets all done the hard work and gets the nitty-gritty stuff. And, the players like myself and Musa and the likes of Armstrong get forward and scoring the goals. And I think for me, Brownie sort of goes under the radar and doesn't really get talked about as much.
Yeah, Do you think it's a brave decision going up to Scotland? No. I mean, certainly play for Celtic, but do you think it had a possibility of damaging your chances of playing for England?
To be honest, there'd be a lot of speculation, obviously, talking about the league, and things like you need to be playing in the Premier League back in England to get a shout, for England. But like I said before, that wasn't my main sort of aspect of the football of when I made the move. I didn't really think too far ahead to think that if I come up here, then I wouldn't play for England. I think the main thing was to get my football back on track, back to my best, and get that enjoyment, like I keep saying.
Yeah, brilliant. Scott, listen, good luck. It's not over yet, of course. Pittodrie, and then the cup final against Aberdeen as well. What a game that's going to be. So I really, good luck to you, and I really mean that, and I hope it just keeps getting better and better, to be honest, Scott. So keep enjoying and keep banging them in. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks ever so much.
Welcome, absolutely welcome. Scott Sinclair there.